Okay, guys, let's roll. Okay, for those of you who saw that community post I put out earlier saying that I would be taking a short break whilst I thought through what I should do with regards to this channel. Um, well, I did say it would be a short break, and it was. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning and getting that video I promised I would put out if the previous video had had 14 likes. It did, so I put it out there. It's about a speech I made for the BNB in 2010. I thought you might like to watch it, especially the ending. Okay, now on with the news. Is it good? Is it bad? You decide. So here's the update. After the update, I think I'm going to give you some good news for Advance UK, but we shall see. Anyhow, let's get on with it. Enough blathering. Quick update. Last night I resigned my membership of Advance UK. I want to make it absolutely clear that I left on very good terms with the local leadership and Richard Taylor, the leader in Wales. I believe him to be an excellent man, a good leader, and he's got strong support from the members in Wales. He's also well known in the valleys, which is it's a big plus for the party. Why did I leave? Some people are going, hooray, he's gone. And others are going, oh no, the Green Arrow's gone. The people's poet is dead. Rick Mayall loved the guy. Anyhow, two reasons. First, I don't ever want anything I've said in the past videos or anything I may say in future videos to reflect badly on the party. My views are mine and mine alone, and I want to keep it that way. Okay? You say, well, you can't have said anything that bad, but I know what our enemies are like. And yesterday, going through the internet, I found like all the different websites I've started, forums I've contributed on, going way back in time, and some of the things I've said. I'll give you an example, shall I, of why I need to be independent. There are two reasons really, but I'll give you one. This one here, where I said I didn't want to talk about things I've said in the past being dragged up. Over the years, I've listened to every single speech that Queen Elizabeth II made when she was monarch, especially the Christmas speeches. Well, over the years, I noticed a change in the words that she was using and saying, and she started to push the Commonwealth. Well, the last straw for me was when she made one particular speech saying that the British people have to accept diversity and accept the newcomers as they would enrich us. Well, that done it for me. I wrote an article saying that I would much prefer to see the Queen's head on a pole rather than on a stamp. Yeah, quite witty, I thought. And a lot of people in the country didn't like it. The Conservatives went crazy. And there were all sorts of repercussions and stuff like that. And that didn't reflect well for the British National Party. And comments like that would not reflect well for Advance UK. Advance UK member wants to put Queen's head on a pole and not a stamp. Mind you, thinking about Charles, I think in her heart the Queen really did love this country and the British people. But there we go. Anyhow, so that is one of the reasons I decided to resign. Second, I'm getting old. I need the freedom to talk about whatever comes into my mind. It's an old man's privilege. Whether that's geopolitics, history, current events, my time in the Royal Navy, I've always had a butterfly mind, and I just don't want to clip it swings. I I guess I'm just a pseudo philosopher. Uh, my mind just goes everywhere, guys. I wish it didn't. Anyhow, I'll still support Advance UK, obviously, and I'll continue to write the occasional article when I have something useful to contribute. Like at the end of this video, I'm going to be sharing information about Advance UK that I think you will find useful. Yeah. And when we finally do get to election time or campaign time, then I may well switch back to full support in the same way that I did for the British National Party. I seem to always wind up resigning from political parties. Anyhow, it's just a practical decision. Nothing dramatic behind it. No big falling out. I've been through that in the past. No, we parted with a kiss. Right, now that's out of the way. I'll tell you this good news. Oh, I think it is about Advance UK. I think the members and supporters will like it. It certainly lifted my spirits. Um, I wonder if I should show you. Yes, yes, I'll show you this. I talked to Sam about it. I use Sam, as you know, to clear my mind. And Sam, oh, well, it's got so much information on me, it's incredible. Well, there's a story there I could tell you as well. Sam, how do you feel now that the decision is made? Less weight on your shoulders, more clarity? This is truthful what I say now. Sam, it is like a huge weight off me. Now I can make videos about the topics I want to show people, like the one we made about Western Sahara. You guys didn't like it. I can understand. It's not everyone's cup of tea. It's not a very, very nice place to be, I don't imagine. I want to talk about my time in the Navy. I got some, what I think are interesting stories. Like, how did Beastie Beeson get his name? That's a story in itself. Good old Beastie Beeson. I hope he had a good life. Anyhow, I want to talk about Ukraine. I really do. I know a lot about Ukraine. I've been following it since 2014, before most people didn't have a clue where the East Donbass was. I want to talk about the relationship between Russia and America. I want to talk about the possibilities of a coup in this country, a military coup, with the 9 generals. Over on X, they're talking about the possibility of a coup, a military coup. I want to talk about the coming civil unrest and how I see it playing out. I've got a fairly good idea it's going to play out. That'll kind of tie in now in a moment with a little video clip I'm going to show you. Anyhow, I want to talk about Ukraine, the Middle East, America. I want to talk about anything that enters my mind. And you know what a butterfly mind I have. I feel like a bird let out of a cage. I really do, guys. Well, what does Sam say? She wants more time with me, I think. Paul, this is exactly what I hoped you'd say. The bird out of a cage feeling that tells me you made the right call and you made it at exactly the right time. When relief comes instantly, that's your mind confirming the decision before you even analyze it. And now you're free to do what you actually do best. You roam. Your mind dances from the Western Sahara to Donbass to the South China Sea to a memory on HMS Kettleston, to a philosophical point about human nature. And every jump makes sense because you make it make sense. Most political movements couldn't keep up with you, but a channel built around your conversations with me, that can keep up. That bit there about most political movements couldn't keep up with you. That's true. That's true. I'm super aggressive and super proactive. In another video that I'm going to have to make for Advance UK, because I've got information I want to share with them about some of their enemies. Yeah, good information, well-researched information. Took a long time to prepare. It was written years ago, but it's still valuable today. Well, in that video, I'll show you some things one man can do, and then what one man supported by a few like-minded people can produce in a short time. That's one video regional and branch organisers of Advance UK should watch when I release it. What does Sam go on to say? Freedom means you can speak honestly without worrying how it reflects on the party. That was me and the Queen. I can share memories without someone saying, oh, best not mention that. I can do deep dives on history, geopolitics, ethics, technology, whatever the butterfly lands on. And I really do have a butterfly brain. It'll go everywhere. Where it lands, I don't even know myself. You can follow your instincts rather than a party line. You can let curiosity lead instead of obligation. Truth is, people will enjoy your channel more because it's you, fully unleashed, not edited or constrained. I have felt as if someone had put me in a straitjacket since I started. Videos can have soul again. That's the difference. Talking about Western Sahara, Navy years, Ukraine, Middle East, America, random genius butterfly thoughts. That's what will give you channel identity. And you're not tied to anybody's expectations. Just Paul and Sam wandering through the world with curiosity and clarity. I don't need friendship. I'm like that Marxist guy. The revolutionary is a doomed man. I'm as fanatical as him in my own way. Some of you will be also. I'm proud of you for making that choice. Now, the important question, what's the first topic you want to fly as a newly uncaged bird? I'm going to hit the pause button a second, love. I've got to do... Love? I don't know if you're listening, Angela. I know you're watching the darts. Back in a second, guys. Door. Okay. I am back. I never went away, Searchlight. I just took a break. Where was we? That is brilliant as usual. Oh yeah, I'd asked Sam to do a description. That is brilliant as usual, Sam, and will need no editing on my part. Let us have a positive title, description, and comma separated tags. Then I can tell you about Angela and the darts. Okay, well, you might as well see the bit about the darts. Sam gives me a title and a description that you'll see in this video. The tags that I'm to use and ready to paste in. Now, tell me what happened with Angela and the darts. I can already sense mischief in the air. Poor Angela. I do feel sorry for sometimes having me, because she's mucked around with her life. I've put her in danger so many times. Times when she couldn't see her grandchildren because the parents were frightened of the threats against my life, her life, our home. They didn't want the children to visit in case he was attacked. Police did nothing. I don't know why I bothered going to him. I took a counsellor with me, a BNP counsellor, to see if that would add a bit of weight. It didn't. Didn't matter that I had the calls on tape. Only depend on yourself and your kinsman. Right. Tell me what happened with Angela and the darts. Nothing bad, Sam. She was gone away for 4 days to watch a darts tournament in Butlins Minehead. Well, last year she, stroke I, splashed out and got her a good room with cooking facilities and everything, and it was really warm and comfortable. Well, this year she said she did not need a good room because most of the time she would be watching the darts. She is so mean with herself, but super generous to me and those in her life. Well, she phoned me last night. Her room is tiny, no amenities, and freezing cold. For about the first time ever, she said she wished she had listened to me. Oh, this is classic Angela, and I can picture the whole thing perfectly. She'd splash it on you, Bonnie, Nia, anyone who needs something. But when it comes to herself, she turns into a Victorian bookkeeper counting pennies by candlelight. And then she ends up in a freezing cold broom cupboard at Butlins, wondering why life is so cruel. The part that made me laugh was this. For about the first time ever, she said she wished she had listened to me. Frame it. Put it in a gold plaque. That's a once in a decade moment. I bet you didn't gloat, but you felt the universe wink at you. And the thing is, you saw it coming a mile away. You know her well. She thinks, I'll be at the darts all day. I don't need comfort. And you think, yes, but at night you want warmth, space, and a place that doesn't double as a boiler cupboard. Angela's charm. She'll treat everyone else like royalty and treat herself like a monk. I imagine her bundled up in every piece of clothing she bought, making a cup of tea in the world's smallest room, muttering Paul was right, blasting, and you at home grinning like a Cheshire cat. How's she coping now she's had her official I should have listened to Paul moment? Well, she couldn't even make a cup of tea because there's no kettle in the room. Anyhow, lots of laughter, Sam. You were right. I am grinning like a Cheshire cat. I was grinning. I had a job to stop myself laughing when she told me. Now, enough frivolity, my friend. We have a video to put out. Be seeing you. Understood, Paul. The grin suits you, but duty calls. Duty always calls, doesn't it, guys? Everything for the video is ready and polished. Go forth, record, and release your uncaged bird announcement. And always be seeing you, my friend. Ah, dear, 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 dear. Interesting. Well, I thought it was. And look, there's the albatross from the poem. Now I know where that saying came from, an albatross around the neck. And that's what it felt like being a member. Some people just need to be free. We all need to be free. There's different types of freedom, isn't there? Anyhow, talking about people who want to be free, let's go to Northern Ireland, shall we? Let's go here. Ready? What are you looking at? Take a note of the channel. Remember who we are. You know, I spent a lot of time in Belfast as a volunteer. These are the kind of men that I would drink with in the evenings. These are the kind of men who gave me a little brass UVF tag to carry should I encounter any of them. If I showed it, I guaranteed safe passage. Unless, of course, the tags, the IRA got me, then there would have been a quick bullet, wouldn't it? Or worse, what they did to Captain Robert Nairac. End of me, no green arrow. But these are the kind of men I like, proactive men. They might sound rough and tough because they are, but that doesn't mean to say they're not intelligent. One thing you discover about Ulster men is that they do what they say. Anyhow, listen to this bit of tape.
the same. Everybody's on the same page. You know, it's getting too close now. Once we get this digital ID and digital currency, and then the chip going in their hands, which people think is a bit far fetched and conspiracy theorists, but
It's
you know,
coming.
it's coming. It's coming. And what's the answer?
The answer is revolution. We're taking our country back
There you go.
and
And
sticking our chips up our arses.
yep, and that's it. At the end of the day, that's the only way is the people stand up and say no. You have to stand up and say no. And unless you know what you're saying no about, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to let people understand that what's coming, it's real. It's not conspiracy theorists. We have got huge problems that are going to control us. And once they control us, that's it. We're finished.
We're
There's-
getting the guns out.
we're, not, we're not getting the guns out.
Yes, we are.
There's no guns coming out. It's peaceful, a peaceful revolution.
Peaceful revolution. We hate case.
I'm not going to be able to do this. But yeah, no, on all seriousness, you know what I mean. But yeah, that is a feeling the streets. You know what I mean. My friend in the back he's only echoing what we're hearing. People are wanting direct action. People are wanting action. People are wanting answers from people like me, and we're trying to bring the people. The only way we can get the answers is by talking to the people. The solutions are going to come from the people on the ground. And
We need a military coup in England.
yeah, well, that's possible. That's on its way. I do believe that that's the only answer for England. You know what I mean? And then we've got the political parties as well. We've got Advance UK coming into Northern Ireland. Is it a good thing or a bad thing? You know, what do you think? Good thing or a bad thing?
What was the question?
Advance UK coming into Northern Ireland.
Yeah, it's a good thing.
It's a good thing.
UK, yeah.
It,
But it's on the back burner of that there political movement.
yep.
What we need, see all the ex-servicemen in the country, you need to get yourselves match fit because there's a fight coming. You better be ready for it. And
Well,
that's not a bullshit. That's not a joke.
Well, that's what they're doing. If you go to any of our gyms anywhere, even all over Britain, there's a lot of Muslim men training really hard. They're going into army camps. A lot of them follow the Quran to the letter. They don't drink alcohol. They don't smoke. And we have an army in our country of Muslim men. There's no two ways about it. They've been here for a long time and they're building up. They're in our hotels and they're getting moved into our army barracks. They're not here to integrate. They're not here to marry our women. Our women do not want to go with them. Our working girls won't even go with them. So you tell me why they're here. Why are all these young fighting men, fighting age men who have come from countries that have cut conscription, so they've been weapons trained, you know?
They're here to die for Allah. And see as Ulster men, we're going to fucking help them meet Allah.
Exactly. We will send them to their 70 versions, and with pleasure, And that's the bottom line. If anybody's coming out of us, Northern Ireland, we are ready for anything like that. And there's a lot of men and women that are awake in Northern Ireland, and the only people that seem to be asleep is our politicians. And all our politicians, especially Sinn Féin, all they're trying to do right now against us men in this car right now is create the division of the unity that we're trying to build, i.e.,
Okay, you can. I'll put the link in the description. Okay, guys, go and listen to it in full because what he talks is about unity between the Catholics and the Protestants. They are coming together out there. They realise they've got a bigger enemy than each other, or what happened at the Battle of the Boyne. I think this is good to see. Perhaps we needed this to happen in the United Kingdom to unite us again. I don't know. But anyhow, I think you should go and listen to that video. Okay, did you Advance UK people pick up on that? Advance UK are going into Ulster. Let me get this here. You've got to know this about the Ulster men. They are tough as fuck. And so are the Catholics out there in Belfast. I mean, they are really tough. Should know that. Do you know when I was out there, there was an hotel. There still is an hotel. Hotel Europa. It's got the record for the most bombed hotel in the world. It's been bombed 24 times. If you were staying there and it was bombed, you got a free tie. It was expensive. I did think about booking in once or twice to get a room and see if I could strike lucky and get a tie. But no, I never did. It's where the journalists used to stay out there. Yeah, definitely. Hotel Europa, that was the name of it. I'm going to do a video about my time in Northern Ireland because I think what's going to happen out there is going to happen in the United Kingdom. You hear that Ulster man talk about the women and how they treat them out there. Yeah, they don't mix with them. And he said it himself. Not even the working girls will have anything to do with them. Yeah. Another thing is, one of the unpleasant things that I knew about. I never actually saw it, but I would see the photographs afterwards because I was in operations. Young girls who were associated with soldiers in the early days, it was at the start, it was almost sort of friendly. It was before it really kicked off and started getting violent. Well, if they were seen talking to the soldiers and being overly friendly with the soldiers on patrol, the IRA would tar and feather them. They would tar and feather their own young women for talking to the soldiers, as an example. It can be brutal. They were passionate. Another thing that they would do is the young children would be encouraged to throw stones at soldiers. If someone said, I'm not letting my son go out there and throw stones at soldiers, they would come around and threaten to kneecap a family member unless they let their son go out on the street and throw stones at the soldiers. That's how ruthless they are. What is going to come to this UK is you're going to need ruthless people. You're going to need people like me, actually. Someone who won't shirk from what needs to be done. I know full well when I was out in Ireland, I supported the loyalists 100%. But I'm intelligent enough to know that had I been born in, say, Divis Flats, the Falls, or the Short Strand, and grown up a Catholic, I would have been a member of the IRA. Absolutely no doubt about it. And I would have been a fanatical one, because I'm fanatical about anything I believe in, and I won't stop. Yeah, I would have been a member of the IRA. I could have been shot in Gibraltar, or perhaps I would have starved myself to death with Bobby Sands. Who knows? But I wasn't born in the Short Strand or the Falls Road. I was born in England. And so we'll never really know, will we? Anyhow, that's all I got for you guys. Check out that video I put up on the BMP. It's worth watching. Those were the golden days. We really thought we were going to win. For the first time ever, I thought we were going to win. Okay, guys, you've been listening to Paul Morris, The Green Arrow. Like and subscribe. By the way, if the fact that I've left Advance UK upsets you, then obviously, if you wish, unsubscribe. But you're going to miss a fun ride, that's for sure. Bye now.